Giles, fixtures come out this morning. It's quite an exciting time. What do you make of them?
Yeah, it's good. This time of year seems a long way off first game, but it's nice to see the shape of the fixtures. Pretty similar to last year in terms of the shape, but obviously different teams this year being in Division 1.
A 3-year absence from Division 1, so on the paper a lot tougher teams?
Yeah, I think you do. You look at the depth of the squads in Division 1, they are a lot deeper, no question. But we're looking forward to it. It's a fresh challenge. I think we have Sussex first game here, which will be an exciting start against local rivals. And a side that have been in Division 1 for a period of time now.
I was going to say, being neighbours and Sussex is like a local derby to kick things off.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to have that first up. You know, there's a lot of history there, and we'll be looking to get ourselves off to a good start against obviously a strong side. And it's nice to be at home as well.
You've got a real tough start in the Championship, haven't you? You've got Sussex here, Warwickshire away, Notts, Yorkshire, all established First Division sides.
That's right, and that's the way it's going to be. I think there'll be strong sides all the way through the season, and we're going to have to play well. But as we've said a number of times, we feel that the teams played very well last year to get up, win the Division 2, and if we keep our players fit, then we've got a good chance of competing.
It's been 3 years out of Division 1. From what you've seen and heard, has Division 1 moved on since you were last there in 2011?
I'm not sure about that. I think a lot of the sides are very evenly matched, and it's about getting some momentum in the competition. I think the starts are important. So every side will look at the beginning of the season and think if we can get a good start here, then it gives us momentum and gives us a good chance of competing at the top end rather than the bottom end, because there isn't much between the sides, and that'll be our focus leading into the season.
And just staying with the Championship, you've got a tough run in as well, haven't you? Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire, the last 2 games in September.
That's right. As I said before, you know, there aren't any easy games. So all the way through, we're expecting a challenge, but we're very much looking forward to that challenge.
I think a lot of fans will look at those fixtures today and say, wow, 2 trips to Lords and a T20 trip to Lords for the first time since the competition began. Which
are exciting. You know, big crowds at Lords in 2020, and obviously 4 days in the Championship, great place to play. So we're excited about that as a club. We look forward to that in mid-season. Apart
from the one-day finals that you've had there, and there's been a few in the last 10 years or so, but there's a lot of your side that have not only not played at Lords. James Tomlinson, one I can think of. He has never played a Championship game at Lords.
I wasn't aware of that. Is that right?
Yeah.
No, it's great. And those guys that haven't played, it's a very, very special place to play, as you well know. So they'll be looking forward to that. And the guys that have played there a few times will equally be excited about that trip because they know what it's all about.
It's kind of the one ground that stands out above all else, isn't it? You can play in Division 2 for a few years, you can play in Division 1 for a few years, but I guess for a lot of players and for a lot of supporters, unless you're playing at Lords, it's not got quite the same ring about it, is it?
I think you're right. I think it's worldwide. I think players from overseas come to England, they want to play at Lords. I think that's the key. It's a fantastic ground, great history, and we're very lucky to be playing there this year.
T20, as we know, starts fairly early. You've got Essex here, you've got Kent here as well, so 2 home games to get that competition underway.
Yeah, and again, 2 strong sides, so it's nice to be playing at home. I think home advantage comes into it, and we've tended to have been successful here, so we'll look to kick off the campaign with a couple of wins again and set ourselves up, because the sides play particularly well in that format over the years, and we'll hopefully continue that in 2015.
And lastly, the 50 over competition didn't go quite so well in 2014, but again, you've got Sussex here to kick off that competition.
Yeah, great. You know, Sussex again here was a great fixture. We've got a lot of work to do in 50 over cricket. We didn't play our best cricket in 50 over cricket last year, but again, it's something that we've identified, and we're working hard on that in the winter, and hopefully come back strong.